And tonight, the media mob, they continue to melt down over Republicans and Speaker McCarthy actually moving forward on their promises to hold the Biden administration accountable. Listen to Joyless Behar at that hard-hitting news show, The View, going on yet another, well, unhinged rant. Take a look.
Kevin McCarthy has no soul. He has no ethics. He has no morals. He has no spine. I don't know. He's a shell of a human being, in my opinion.
She hates every Republican, every conservative. Anyway, later in the show, far-left Congressman Eric Swalwell, he stopped by where he was asked about his relationship with that Chinese spy named Fang Fang. Here's how he responded. Take a look.
First and foremost, you don't have to take my word for it. Take the FBI's word for it. 3 times they've come out and said that this person, by the way, who volunteered for our campaign in Barack Obama's first term, before I was on the Intelligence Committee, that this person, when they told me who she was, and by the way, my district, 35% Asian American. So this isn't like a Chinese person in Iowa, right? I mean, this is a very diverse congressional district, and so in an Asian American predominant district. And so when they told me about this, I did everything I hope everyone would do, which was to cooperate and help the FBI, and she was removed.
Now, of course, Swalwell is not telling you the entire story. He didn't mention that she was, in fact, a spy. He didn't mention that he wouldn't be able to get a clearance in the private sector, meaning a security clearance. He didn't mention that he totally fell for a political intelligence operation run by a Chinese agency. He should be nowhere near the Intel Committee, or any committee for that matter. He's the guy that pushed the lying Russia hoax, the impeachment hoax, and every other hoax in between. And, by the way, as did failed former Congressman Adam Kinzinger. You're going to love this. He's also being mocked tonight, rightly so, after selling, signed copies of the January 6th report for $100 a piece, claiming he's offering the historical record as a limited edition. Well, that's fake news. CNN's first hire of a liberal comedian. Here with reaction, Republican Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene is with us. Congresswoman, good to see you. Thank you for being with us. He shouldn't be on the Intel Committee, nor should the congenital liar Adam Schiff be on the Intel Committee. That's not a difficult decision, is it?
No, not at all. And you can see there's a major difference in the leadership with Kevin McCarthy as Speaker of the House and Nancy Pelosi as Speaker of the House. Nancy Pelosi and the Democrats removed me from committees from things they didn't like on my Facebook years before I became a member of Congress. But you can see that Kevin McCarthy isn't being political. He's removing members of Congress that need to be removed. It's an embarrassment that Eric Swalwell had a sexual relationship with a CCP spy and then was serving on the Intel committee. It's unbelievable that that happened. And then we have Adam Schiff, how he has lied and lied to the American people and abused the American people's taxpayer dollars with his lies with the Russia hoax. He never deserved power on that committee, and he shouldn't have been on the January 6th committee either. So Kevin McCarthy, as Speaker of the House, is doing the right thing and removing these Democrat members that deserve to be removed. Ilhan Omar is another example. She's anti-Semitic, and she should not be on foreign affairs. These aren't political things. These are the right things to do.
Let me ask you, I know the Democrats desperately want to distract from the issue of the president and classified top secret documents now in 4 locations. I get that. So they're trying to gin up the American people on the issue of the debt ceiling. My understanding is that really won't be an issue for a number of months. But when it is an issue, what will Republicans do? Will they be united? What are the things that they will demand in exchange for going along with the debt ceiling? Because the hyperbole, I'm sure, will be out of control. The full faith of the United States government is on the line, and credit of the government is on the line. You're going to shut down the government, and meanwhile, people will still get their Social Security checks, their Medicare. The military will be up and running, and most people get a furlough and they get paid when they get back to work. So all that hyperbole is coming. But what will the Republicans want, and will they stay together?
Well, I think this is an important issue to talk about, Sean. Thank you for bringing it up. But we also want to point out that Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, Joe Biden, Mitch McConnell, all of who have served, if you add up the years they've been in Congress or in power in Washington, we're looking at 150 years of four people's combined time in Washington. So they know what they're doing when they kick the can down the road, giving the debt ceiling issue to the Republican majority, which we started here in January. It's an important issue for our conference to come together on because, as you said, the government will keep on running. Yes, people's Social Security checks will keep coming. Military will keep getting paid. Important things will keep happening and keep getting paid. But we have to do a good job as a Republican conference. It's a serious issue. And the spending in Washington that's happened for decades now with both parties is the reason why we're in this terrible place. And Republicans are committed to work on the budget. We want to get it under control. We want it to be balanced, and we want to reduce the national debt. But the debt ceiling is going to be a point of contention in our conference, but it's going to have to be one that we come together on. We aren't going to send something to the Senate to make it to Joe Biden's desk to be signed, and we want to make sure that we have things in there that we have to have. I, for one, will not sign a clean bill raising the debt limit.
Well, I keep reminding Republicans, with the small majority they have, you will succeed or fail together. You have a couple of months leading up to this. My advice, which nobody ever listens to, is I would resolve these issues and come to an agreement before that debate begins and stand as a united team. That would be great. Marjorie Taylor Greene, thank you so much for being with us.